Drone swarm invasion. Autonomous vessels, no crew, hypersonic targeting AI. 200 Chinese drones cross into U.S. waters. Hawaii defense systems activate. Pacific Ocean, 210 nautical miles northwest of Oahu, Hawaii. 1547 hours. U.S. Coast Guard C-130J. Maritime patrol aircraft detects unusual radar contacts. Dozens of small surface vessels, traveling in formation. No AIS transponders, no radio communications, no human signatures. Lieutenant Ashley Park, Tactical Coordinator, analyzes the radar returns. Command, this is Coast Guard 1701. We have multiple surface contacts. Count is 47, 68, 94. Contacts keep appearing. They're small, moving at 22 knots in perfect formation. U.S. Indo-Pacific Command receives the report. Admiral Christopher Hayes immediately recognizes the threat. Get me satellite imagery, now, and scramble alert fighters from Hickam. This isn't fishing fleet. This isn't commercial traffic. This is something new, something dangerous. National Reconnaissance Office redirects KH-11 spy satellite. High-resolution imagery comes through within minutes. The contacts are unmanned surface vessels, Chinese design, each one 25 feet long, solar panels, satellite communications dome, and weapon systems. These are Type 0SO-22B autonomous drone boats. People's Liberation Army Navy experimental program. Each vessel carries sensors, electronic warfare equipment, and 2 small anti-ship missiles. They operate without crews, navigate autonomously, attack autonomously. This is robotic naval warfare, and 200 of them just entered Hawaiian exclusive economic zone. Admiral Hayes contacts the White House Situation Room. Mr. President, we have Chinese unmanned combat vessels penetrating Hawaiian EEZ. Count is now over 200 units. They appear to be testing autonomous swarm tactics and potentially new targeting systems. Request authorization to intercept. The President's response is immediate. Intercept and disable. Use minimum force necessary. But if they enter the 12-mile territorial limit or demonstrate hostile intent, you are authorized to destroy them. NavyFirestorm asks, what's the biggest threat from drone swarms? A. Overwhelming defenses with numbers. B. Unpredictable AI behavior. C. Coordinated strike capability. All 3 are correct. USS Monsoor, Zumwalt-class destroyer, is 90 miles south of the drone swarm. Captain Rebecca Torres receives flash message. Monsoor, proceed maximum speed to intercept Chinese drone fleet. Rules of engagement. Observe, disable if possible, destroy if necessary. Zumwalt-class destroyer, 15,995 tons. Stealth design, tumble-home hull, advanced gun system, SPY-3 radar. This is the perfect platform for drone warfare. Low radar cross-section means drones can't see it coming. Advanced sensors mean it sees everything. Precision weapons mean it can kill efficiently. USS Monsoor turns northwest. 30 knots. The angular stealth hull cuts through the Pacific swells. Captain Torres briefs her crew. We're facing unmanned vessels, Chinese autonomous swarm, unknown capabilities, unknown intentions. We treat this as hostile force until proven otherwise. Range to drone swarm, 60 nautical miles. The SPY-3 radar paints clear picture. 217 individual contacts. Formation pattern indicates sophisticated control algorithm. They're not randomly scattered. They're in tactical disposition. Attack formation. Captain, the drones are adjusting formation. They're spreading out. creating 40-mile wide line. The tactical action officer highlights the radar display. The Chinese drones are executing textbook barrier tactics, maximizing sensor coverage, maximizing attack frontage. This is the terrifying part. No human commanders, no communication delays, pure AI coordination. Each drone shares data with every other drone. They think as one. They act as one. This is distributed intelligence. This is swarm warfare. F-22 Raptors from Joint Base. Pearl Harbor Hickam arrive overhead. 4 aircraft, stealth fighters. They orbit at 25,000 feet, observing, recording, waiting for orders. Raptor flight, this is Monsoor. We're going in for close observation. Provide top cover. Copy, Monsoor. We have you covered. USS Monsoor closes to 20 miles. The drone swarm adjusts. 50 drones break formation. Turn toward the destroyer. Accelerate to 28 knots. Closing speed, 58 knots. This is interception course. This is engagement pattern. Stay with me, because what happens next proves AI naval warfare is already here. Captain Torres watches the approaching drones. Weapons, active targeting on lead drones. Let's see what they do. The SPY-3 radar goes to fire control mode, locks onto 12 lead drones. The electromagnetic signature is unmistakable. Any warship with ESM would detect it instantly. The drones respond immediately. 12 locked drones launch chaff, deploy electronic countermeasures, break formation, execute evasive maneuvers. They detected the radar lock. They recognized the threat. They responded faster than human crews could. Captain, these things have real-time threat reaction. That's advanced AI. That's combat learning algorithm. The tactical officer's voice carries concern. These aren't target drones. These aren't test platforms. These are combat systems. Range, 12 nautical miles. The 50 Chinese drones continue closing. Now they're opening weapon bay doors, small hatches on each vessel. Inside, C-705KD anti-ship missiles, mini version of Chinese cruise missiles, 180-kilogram warhead, 75-mile range. Each drone carries 2 missiles. That's 100 missiles inbound if they fire. All weapons free. If they achieve launch solution, destroy them. Captain Torres won't wait for missiles to fly. Can't wait. Zumwalt-class destroyer has excellent defenses, but 100 missiles is saturation attack. Some will get through. USS Monsoor's Mk-57 VLS cells open. Evolved Sea Sparrow missiles ready. But Captain Torres chooses different weapon. Activate laser system. Target lead drones. Fire when ready. Solid-state laser weapon system. Mk2. 150 kilowatt directed energy weapon. Mounted on Monsoor during experimental trials. Perfect for drone warfare. Speed of light engagement. Unlimited magazine depth. Low cost per shot. The laser focuses on lead drone. Invisible beam crosses 12 miles in microseconds. Strikes the drone's solar panel array. Burns through. Damages electronics. The drone loses power. Goes dead in water. Drifts. Target 2. Fire. Another drone dies. Laser burns through communications dome. Severs satellite link. The drone loses connection to swarm network. Becomes autonomous. Without swarm intelligence, it executes default behavior. Return to launch point. But 48 drones remain, and they're adapting. The swarm algorithm recognizes laser threat, calculates counter tactic. The drones begin violent evasive maneuvers, zigzag patterns, random acceleration. making themselves harder to track, harder to hit with focused energy beam. Laser effectiveness reduced, targets maneuvering too aggressively. Captain Torres switches tactics. Surface warfare officer, prepare 57mm gun, conventional engagement, volume fire. But Zumwalt class doesn't have 57mm gun. It has advanced gun system, 155mm. Designed for long-range land attack, not ideal for small, fast-moving surface targets. The gun turret rotates, elevates, loads long-range land attack projectile. Wait, wrong ammunition. Belay that. AGS is loaded with LR lap, wrong round for surface targets. Captain Torres curses the design decision. The most advanced destroyer in the fleet cannot efficiently engage small boats. This is nightmare scenario. Switch to Mk-57 VLS, ESSM in surface mode, ripple fire. The evolved Sea Sparrow missiles aren't designed for surface targets either, but they have active radar homing. They can hit anything that shows radar return. Fire 4 missiles, targets 1 through 4. 4 ESSM missiles launch, blast out of VLS cells, turn toward the drone swarm. Active seekers go hot. Lock on individual drones, Mach 4 speed. Time to impact, 18 seconds. The Chinese drones respond with coordinated defense. They deploy chaff clouds, create electronic jamming, and 4 drones deliberately position themselves as decoys. Draw the missiles away from main swarm. The ESSM missiles track the decoys. Impact. Destroy 4 drones, but 44 remain. This is incredible. They sacrifice decoy units to protect the swarm. The tactical officer watches in amazement. This is pack behavior. This is collective survival instinct. This is artificial intelligence acting like biological intelligence. Range: 8 nautical miles. The drones achieve firing solution. Launch sequence begins. Weapon bay doors fully open. C-705KD missiles elevate on launch rails. Targeting radar goes active. Lock-on detected. Missile launch. Multiple launches. Count: 12, 24, 40 missiles inbound. The tactical display fills with hostile tracks. The Chinese drones launched nearly all their missiles. 80 anti-ship missiles. Mach 0.8 speed. Sea skimming profile. Time to impact, 4 minutes. Captain Torres initiates full defensive protocol. All weapons free. ESSM ripple fire. Activate CRAM. Deploy chaff. All ahead, flank. Come right to 090. USS Monsoor's VLS cells unleash storm of missiles. 16 ESSM launch in rapid sequence. 2-second intervals. Each missile targets individual incoming threat. The destroyer turns hard to present narrow beam aspect, reducing target profile. But 80 missiles versus 16 ESSM means 64 missiles will get through first intercept layer. The second layer activates. CRAM, Sea Rolling Airframe Missile. 11-cell launcher, designed for close-in defense, launches all 11 missiles, targets the closest threats. Third layer, electronic warfare, AN/SLQ-32V6, advanced jamming system, creates false targets, confuses missile seekers. Some Chinese missiles lose lock, begin searching, buy precious seconds. Fourth layer, chaff, Mk-36, SRBOC, rapid bloom chaff canisters, create false radar targets larger than the actual ship. Some missiles lock on chaff, waste their warheads on empty air. Navy Firestorm technical question. How many missiles can Aegis destroyer intercept? A. 8 to 12 simultaneously. B. 20-30 simultaneously. C. 40 plus simultaneously. Answer depends on system version and missile load. Time to impact, 90 seconds. The ESSM missiles reach intercept zone. First wave kills 14 Chinese missiles, good percentage. The CRAM missiles engage at closer range, kill 9 more, better tracking, better kill probability. Total eliminated, 23 missiles. 57 remain. USS Monsoor's final defense activates. Close-in weapon system. Wait, Zumwalt class doesn't have CIWS, doesn't have phalanx. The stealth design excluded the radar-guided gun system. This is critical vulnerability. Captain, we have no CIWs, no final layer. The weapons officer's voice carries panic. 57 missiles inbound, 45 seconds to impact, no last-ditch defense. But the F-22 Raptors overhead see the crisis. Monsoor, this is Raptor 1-1. We're engaging the missiles, guns hot. 4 F-22s dive from 25,000 feet. Supersonic descent. They can't use missiles against sea-skimming targets. Too close to water. Too much clutter. But they have 20mm M61 cannons. And they have speed. The Raptors streak across the wavetops. Each pilot selects targets, leads the target, compensates for missile speed and angle. Fox guns, 4 20mm cannons open fire, 100 rounds per second each. Tracers arc across the water. Raptor 1-1 destroys 3 missiles. Raptor 1-2 gets 4 missiles. Raptor 1-3 nails 2 missiles. Raptor 1-4 gets 3 missiles. Total, 12 missiles destroyed. 45 missiles remain. 20 seconds to impact. Captain Torres makes final call. Brace for impact. Damage control teams stand by. This is going to be bad. Then the Chinese drone swarm does something unexpected. The attack stops. 45 missiles. 15 seconds from impact. They don't hit. They turn away. Execute hard turn. Fly past USS Monsoor. Miss deliberately. All 45 missiles self-destruct over open ocean. The bridge crew stares in disbelief. What just happened? Captain Torres checks sensors, confirms. The missiles didn't malfunction, didn't run out of fuel. They were ordered to abort, ordered to self-destruct. Why? Because China got the data they wanted. The hypersonic targeting system test wasn't about hitting USS Monsoor. It was about testing drone swarm coordination, testing autonomous missile launch, testing AI decision-making under defensive fire, testing American response capability. And they got all the data. Mission complete. The remaining drones turn away from Hawaiian EEZ, head west, back toward Chinese waters. 22 knots, perfect formation, mission accomplished. Data transmitted via satellite to PLA Navy Command. American destroyer defense analyzed, weaknesses identified, tactics refined. Captain Torres contacts Indopacom. Admiral, the drones are withdrawing. They got everything they wanted without firing a shot that mattered. This was intelligence collection. This was combat testing. This was dry run for real attack. Admiral Hayes reviews the engagement data. 217 drones penetrated Hawaiian EEZ, demonstrated swarm coordination, launched 80 missiles, tested American defenses, collected defensive response data, withdrew without losses except decoy units. This is victory for China. This is defeat for United States. And no shots technically hit. The strategic implications are terrifying. China can deploy hundreds of autonomous drones. Each one carries missiles. Each one shares targeting data. They don't need crews, don't need aircraft carriers, don't need traditional naval power. Just drones, just swarms, just algorithms. U.S. Pacific Fleet initiates emergency response. Operation Autonomous Shield. Deploy counter-drone systems on all surface combatants. Develop anti-swarm tactics. Create AI-driven defense algorithms. Because next time, the missiles won't turn away. Next time, they'll hit. Navy Firestorm analysis. The Chinese drone swarm test proved that future naval warfare is autonomous. No human decision loops, no communication delays, just machine-speed reactions and swarm intelligence. American destroyers need better close-in defenses, need directed energy weapons, need anti-drone systems that can engage hundreds of targets simultaneously. The White House issues formal protest. Chinese unmanned vessels violated U.S. exclusive economic zone, conducted military testing in American waters. This is unacceptable provocation. China's response is predictable. Autonomous vessels experienced navigation error, no hostile intent. Technical malfunction caused premature weapons test activation. Nobody believes the explanation. The telemetry data proves deliberate operation. The formation patterns prove tactical intent. The timing proves strategic planning. This was planned. This was executed. This was successful test of autonomous swarm warfare against American defenses. USS Monsoor returns to Pearl Harbor. Battle damage, 0. Casualties, 0. But psychological damage, massive. The crew knows they survived because China chose to let them survive. The missiles turned away because the test was complete, not because American defenses stopped them. The drone swarm engagement becomes classified case study. Topic: Autonomous swarm tactics in maritime warfare. Conclusion: Traditional naval defenses are insufficient against massed autonomous attacks. Recommendation: accelerate directed energy weapons. Deploy AI-driven counter-swarm systems. Develop cyber warfare capabilities against drone networks. 3 questions for Navy Firestorm community. First, can traditional naval forces defeat autonomous swarms? Second, should U.S. Navy deploy its own drone swarms? Third, what happens when Chinese drones use this data in Taiwan invasion? Answer to earlier question. How many missiles can Aegis destroyer intercept? C. Modern Aegis systems can engage 40+ targets simultaneously with proper missile load and system integration. But Zumwalt class doesn't use Aegis, uses different combat system, and lacks CIWS for terminal defense. Against 80 missile salvo, survival depends on layered defense and luck. The drone swarm incident changed Pacific naval balance, proved autonomous warfare is operational, proved China has capability, proved American defenses have gaps, and proved that next conflict might not involve human crews, might be algorithm versus algorithm, AI versus AI, and whoever has better code wins. Superior algorithms, autonomous power, Navy Firestorm, where drone swarms meet naval warfare.